You thread the same seam for the 11th hour straight. Row 12, station 4. The label goes on last. You've done it 8,000 times this month. The shirts leave the factory at $4 a piece. 3 weeks later, you see one online. Same stitching, same thread count, same hands, your hands, buried somewhere in the seams. Price tag $340. You do the math on your lunch break. 40 hours a week, $9 an hour. The brand on the label never touched the fabric. You did. That night, you don't sleep. You open your laptop and search one phrase. How to order from factories direct. 2 weeks later, you find a supplier on Taobao selling shirts identical to the Fear of God tees you stitched on the line. Not licensed, not legal, just close enough. You order 20. List them on Depop for $80 each. Write Fear of God dead stock in the description. Sell 12 in 3 days. The money hits different than your paycheck. 12 shirts, $960, no shift, no manager breathing down your neck. Then a buyer messages you. She wants a receipt, proof of authenticity for insurance. You stare at the message for 10 minutes. You have no receipt. You have a factory ID badge and a shipping label from Guangzhou. You type back, "Sure, give me a day." You have no idea yet what that one lie is about to cost you. You spend the night on forums, reading how other sellers handle receipt requests. The answer keeps coming up. Template sites, fake invoice generators built for exactly this. You buy access for $15. Paste in the Fear of God logo. Enter a serial number that means nothing. 10 minutes later, you send the buyer her receipt. She thanks you. Leaves 5 stars. You do it 8 more times that week. Nobody questions the paper. They question the product. A different buyer messages you 2 weeks later. The stitching came apart on the sleeve. She wants a refund. You check your margins that night. 20 shirts at $8 each landed you $160 in cost. You cleared $780 after Depop fees. Solid, until you count hours. Sourcing, listing, photographing, answering messages, printing invoices, nobody reads twice. $11 an hour. $2 more than the factory floor. You stare at the spreadsheet and realize the fake receipts didn't fix anything. They just bought you time. You remember the blank shirts. The ones that leave your old factory with no label at all, sold wholesale to anyone with cash and a shipping address. You place your first order. 500 units, no branding, $2.50 a piece. The tags take longer to source than the shirts. You find a print shop 3 towns over willing to run a batch of woven labels. No questions asked, cash only. You spend a weekend at your kitchen table stitching labels onto shirts by hand. Your fingers remember the motion. Row 12, station 4, except now the shirts are yours. You list the first batch as Fear of God restock, limited run. They sell out in 6 hours. Word spreads on a resale Discord. Someone asks where you're sourcing. You don't answer. Someone else offers to buy 50 units at once, no questions, straight to their own storefront. You do the math again. This time, the number has 3 commas in it. 3 months in, you rent a unit behind a strip mall. 2 people work the folding table. 1 runs the Discord and handles customer messages. You handle sourcing and the money. The shirts move through 4 different storefronts now, each with its own name, its own brand story, none of them yours. A payment processor flags one of your accounts. Too many chargebacks, too many identical items sold across unrelated sellers. You open a new LLC that week, route the next batch of payments through a different name. Then a package gets held at customs. Nothing happens right away. No knock, no call, just a delay, 3 extra days, and a tracking number that stops updating. Your partner wants to slow down. You tell him it's nothing. You increase the next order instead. Revenue that month? $94,000. You don't sleep the way you used to. The knock comes on a Tuesday morning. 2 agents, a warrant, your name on it, along with 2 others you've never spoken to. They already have the shipping records. The held package at customs wasn't random. It was the start of a paper trail that led straight to your storage unit. They find the folding table, the woven labels, 4 months of inventory stacked against the wall. Your lawyer tells you what the government does with cases like this. Trafficking in counterfeit goods, up to 10 years. Restitution tied to retail value, not what you actually sold anything for. You think about the pay stub. $9 an hour, 40 hours a week, the brand that never touched the fabric. You think about the shirt you saw online for $340, the one your hands made for $4. None of that math matters in the room you're sitting in now.